Let's dive into the most jaw-dropping, mind-bending roller coaster ride through our top trending WWE news picks that are guaranteed to blow your mind. Starting off with Cody Rhodes being discussed for massive triple threat match at WWE WrestleMania 40. Events The Rock ruined for WrestleMania 40. Io Sky is in grave danger. Nia Jax's work in WWE Bash. Cody Rhodes issues a public apology. Fans attack The Rock for stealing Cody's spot, and more. Let's dive right into it. Events The Rock ruined for WrestleMania 40. The wrestling fraternity was in for a surprise with The Rock's return on SmackDown and teasing a feud with Roman Reigns. However, the manner of events left fans baffled and furious. Last month in September, The Rock started hinting about a feud with Roman Reigns coming to fruition soon. He stated that talks were in place for WrestleMania 39, but that fell through. The Rock took a shot at Roman Reigns at Raw Day 1, teasing the feud. Later, Cody Rhodes' story seems certain, with him winning the Royal Rumble 2 times in a row. The 51-year-old was announced as an addition to the TKO Group Holdings Board of Directors last month and full ownership of the Rock trademark. WWE has been on rocky ground since last month, with Seth Rollins and CM Punk's injuries allegedly deviating plans for mega WrestleMania feuds. The most recent happenings might have stirred a ripple effect for other matches, bearing the obvious of Cody Rhodes not getting to finish his story and contending for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Here are a few things that could be deterred due to The Rock's comeback. Number 3. Women's Championship does not get WrestleMania main event spot. At WrestleMania 35, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey created history by main eventing the event. A couple of years later, when it turned into a 2-day affair, RIKISHI, famously known as Sasha Banks, and Bianca Belair continued that legacy and were in the main event of Night 1. Last year, Rhea Ripley soared to the top of her game with her record Royal Rumble numbers and winning the SmackDown Women's Championship at Mania. She made a few enemies along the way who were hell-bent on dethroning her. With the impressive, promising roster and the Eradicators Championship reign, a potential main event could have been in the works. Becky Lynch was interested in challenging Rhea Ripley, and a feud between the veteran and the current champion could have been ideal for a way to push the women's division in 2024. Before the Royal Rumble, Bayley put Ripley on notice. The circumstances of her get-together with Damage Control ended in disaster. She ended up challenging Io Sky for her title at the Show of Shows instead. Number 2. Drew McIntyre not getting his title shot on the grand stage. The sole focus of Drew McIntyre's heel turn was that he was robbed and not provided with opportunities to win a championship over the past couple of years. The last time McIntyre held gold was the WWE Championship in 2020 in an empty arena, which he often reminds his peers about. The Scottish Warrior was aiming at Seth Rollins and was quite possibly the next favorite for a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. Although the Scottish Warrior was taunting CM Punk, and a backup feud could have been in store for him, the latter's unexpected injury will see him unable to compete way beyond April. In light of recent events, if The Rock faces Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes goes after Seth Rollins for his title, Drew McIntyre would once again be left in the lurch. Considering both titles are main event worthy and feature top names, it is highly unlikely Drew McIntyre would get his indebted title shot at WrestleMania 40. Number 1. Cody Rhodes pushed towards challenging Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. On the Raw after the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins met Cody Rhodes and tried to change his mind in choosing to feud with him at WrestleMania 40. He responded that he would consider it, and soon after, he announced his presence on SmackDown. The American Nightmare stated that he wanted to go after Roman Reigns for his title, but someone else needed to take him down a notch before The Rock walked out. The 51-year-old's face-off with the WWE champion deterred Rhodes' plans to complete his 2-year conquest in the company. Rhodes and Rollins were done and dusted with their rivalry in 2022, which spanned across 3 premium live events. They vowed to steer clear of each other's ways since then. However, reports after the awkward segment arose that Cody Rhodes would be present on Raw to take up the Visionaries' offer. The month of January created turbulence in already planned matches, with a couple of injuries detouring plans for the events up to the Show of Shows. Io Sky is in grave danger. WWE superstars are gearing up for WrestleMania 40, and last night, a championship match was officially confirmed for the event. Recently, fans reacted to a major star's face turn for the first time in nearly 5 years. In 2019, Bayley ditched her hugger gimmick and turned on the fans. She adopted a new, darker gimmick and went on to become the longest-reigning WWE SmackDown Women's Champion in the company's history. Later, she returned from an injury and created Damage Control after SummerSlam 2022. On the recent episode of Friday Night SmackDown, Bayley exposed the remaining members of the faction that were mocking her behind her back and decided to face WWE Women's Champion Io Sky at WrestleMania 40 by turning face and leaving the stable. The upcoming match in Philadelphia will be the role model's first ever singles bout at the event. It will be interesting to see which star leaves WrestleMania 40 as the champion of the blue brand. Sasha Banks and Bayley have crossed paths on numerous occasions in the promotion, whether it was the developmental brand or WWE's main roster. The two stars started their journey in the company around the same time, dominating the division as the Four Horsewomen in NXT. In 2022, Sasha Banks walked out of WWE and hasn't returned to the company under the new regime. Meanwhile, Bayley has dominated the women's division after winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Speaking to Sports Illustrated, the role model talked about having another bout with her biggest rival. "We'll always be destined for one more match. Our next match will never be our last. We're the Brooklyn Girls. We're going to live on forever because of that match, and it's something we can carry on forever." She added, "I don't have chemistry in the ring with anyone else like I do with her. No one teaches me like her. She's my Michael Jordan. I'll beat her at that every time. I can beat her at most games like that. But when it comes to wrestling, it's 50-50. The boss was the one to finally end the role model's historic 380-day reign as the SmackDown Women's Champion at Hell in a Cell 2020. It'll be interesting to see where Mercedes Moné lands in the coming months. What are your thoughts on Io Sky versus Bayley at WrestleMania 40? Nia Jax's work in WWE Bashed. Fans recently shared their opinions on a Raw superstar's current run in WWE, and by the looks of it, they seem divided over their thoughts on her. Nia Jax's second run with the Stamford-based promotion has had its standout moments, though all viewers aren't yet convinced by her abilities inside the ring. The Irresistible Force made her sensational return to WWE last year on the September 11th, 2023 episode of Raw. She quickly established herself as a major force to be reckoned with on the Red Brand's stacked women's roster. JAX'S was also one of the highlights of the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match, where she eliminated a staggering 8 participants. She's currently feuding with Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, and it looks like she could get a shot at the Judgment Day members' title at Elimination Chamber later this month. A Twitter/X user recently asked fans to share their opinions on JAX'S second stint with WWE so far. The post generated loads of reactions, with many pointing out that her in-ring ability still didn't convince them. However, a section of users also believed Nia Jax's work had improved tremendously under the Triple H-led creative team. In an exclusive chat with Sportskeeda Wrestling ahead of Royal Rumble 2024, Nia Jax opened up about her second run with WWE. The Irresistible Force mentioned that she wasn't focused during her first stint with the Global Juggernaut and had a much better mindset today. Jax also highlighted that she was being booked to compete against names she hadn't gotten into the ring with earlier. "It's been incredible. I am actually happy that people get to see this side. I feel like my first time around, I wasn't as focused and I was in a different mindset, and now I am in a better place. So it's been really good. I'm actually loving the fact that there is a new group of talent that I haven't got to work with that I get to work with now. So this has been cool," said Nia Jax. It remains to be seen if Jax can capitalize on her current momentum and dethrone Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title whenever they meet inside the squared circle. Do you see Jax versus Ripley going down at Elimination Chamber 2024? Rikishi picks a referee for Roman Reigns versus The Rock match at WrestleMania 40. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi has revealed his pick to officiate The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Mike Chioda is one of the most respected individuals in the business. He was the longest tenured official in the history of WWE before he was let go in 2020. Chioda has officiated a long list of big-time bouts in the past. In a recent tweet, Mike Chioda asked who should be the referee for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. The tweet received a response from none other than WWE legend Rikishi, who picked Chioda to do the job. It would be interesting to see the events unfold in the storyline between Abramovich and the Tribal Chief on the road to WrestleMania 40. The Rock recently opened up about a return match against Roman Reigns on multiple occasions in the past. The Brahma Bull recently spoke with Will Kane of Fox News and had the following to say about the same. "We're talking about that right now. I like to consider myself a long gamer and a builder. The idea of going up against Roman Reigns and creating, if we were to do something like that, quite possibly, and I mean this respectfully of all the WrestleManias before, with all the success and build-up of all the WrestleManias in the past, if we were to do something like that, we could possibly put on the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Short answer and long answer is we're figuring it out. Cody Rhodes won the men's Royal Rumble match for the second time in a row this year. Fans were expecting to see the American Nightmare finish the story at WrestleMania 40, but he refused to wrestle Reigns at the mega event. The WWE Universe certainly is not happy with the development and is flooding the Stamford-based company's social media posts with angry messages. Are you excited for a potential showdown between the Great One and the Tribal Chief? Cody Rhodes issues a public apology. Cody Rhodes has finally made his first comment following last night's disastrous segment involving The Rock. On the latest edition of SmackDown, Rhodes announced that he won't be challenging Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. A Mania showdown between The Rock and Reigns was teased immediately after. Since then, fans have rallied behind Cody Rhodes like never before. He has received tons of support on social media over the past 24 hours. At tonight's live event in Knoxville, Rhodes finally made his first comment following last night's controversial segment. The American Nightmare steered clear of speaking about last night's events and instead focused on having a good time with the fans in attendance. Rhodes took a piece of the broken table and stated that he would give it to the loudest fan in the arena. Cody then gave it to one of the fans to a loud pop. He then told the fans that he would sign some autographs and pictures and then apologized beforehand in case he couldn't do it for everyone. Judging by the reaction to Cody Rhodes' promo, he is as over as he's ever been. Fans want him to finish the story at this year's WrestleMania, and the social media backlash is a clear indication that they don't want to see The Rock replace the American Nightmare. What do you think? Will WWE listen to the fans? Fans attacked The Rock for stealing Cody's spot. WWE veteran The Rock is being bombarded with tons of hateful comments on his latest Instagram post following last night's events. During the latest episode of SmackDown, the Great One made his huge return and had an epic face-off with Roman Reigns. He is seemingly replacing Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania 40 after the latter refused to wrestle Reigns at the show's shows this year. Since then, fans have flooded wrestling Twitter with angry messages targeting The Rock. The Brahma Bull's latest Instagram post was flooded with angry comments as well. What the future has in store for the People's Champion remains to be seen. As per Mike Johnson of PW Insider, The Rock himself pushed for a match between him and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. The Brahma Bull also reportedly painted the match as a way to save the show of shows following the sexual misconduct lawsuit filed against Vince McMahon. Fightful Select spoke with multiple talents, and one of them had the following to say about the situation. "I've known Dwayne for a long time," one wrestler told Fightful. "Not only did the look on Cody's face tell a story, the look on Dwayne's told a story. I think in that moment he knew that this decision wasn't going to work out quite the way that he imagined it. He was experiencing the same thing that he and Roman experienced in Philadelphia. He was being co-signed for something the vast majority didn't want. Judging by WWE's latest posts, it seems that a WrestleMania showdown between The Rock and Roman Reigns is happening no matter what. With WrestleMania 40 still about 2 months away, things could certainly change based on the massive fan backlash that the Stamford-based promotion is currently receiving on social media. Will WWE listen to the fans, add Rhodes to the main event of WrestleMania 40? Cody Rhodes being discussed for massive triple threat match at WWE WrestleMania 40. A massive WWE World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match is reportedly being considered for WrestleMania 40. Cody Rhodes recently won the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match to earn a world title shot at WrestleMania 40. After revealing that he will not challenge Roman Reigns last night, fans believe he would go after Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship. According to a recent update from Zero News, the company is now discussing a potential triple threat match between the American Nightmare, the Visionary, and Drew McIntyre. Although it is not locked in, the report claimed it was a top choice. The Scottish Warrior has received a significant push since turning heel a few weeks ago. Last Monday, he attacked an injured CM Punk on Raw. The 38-year-old also defeated Sami Zayn in the show's main event. The American Nightmare is expected to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40. According to a recent report from PW Insider, the company has been planning for Cody Rhodes to capture Seth Rollins' title before challenging the winner of The Rock versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. The report claimed the plan is to have the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble winner compete in a massive world title unification match at the biggest party of the summer. Rhodes has held several championships in the Stamford-based company, including the Intercontinental title, the Undisputed Tag Team Championship, and the World Tag Team title. Although he has never won a world championship in WWE, he held the top title in other promotions, including OVW, NWA, and Northeast Wrestling. It would be interesting to see if the American Nightmare could achieve the same in the Stamford-based promotion in 2024. Do you think Cody Rhodes would succeed as a world champion in WWE? Sound it off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me